The sounds coming from upstairs were unmistakable. Chioma stood frozen at the bottom of the stairs, her car keys still in her hand. A woman's voice, moaning, gasping. Yes, oh God. Yes, right there, baby. Yes, daddy. Yes, yes, yes. The bedroom door was half open, and the sounds coming from inside made Chioma's stomach drop. She had only come back home to grab her presentation file. 15 minutes. That's all this was supposed to take. Chio was supposed to be in meetings all afternoon. The house was supposed to be empty, but it wasn't. The sounds got louder as she climbed the stairs. The bed creaking, heavy breathing, a man's low groan. Don't stop, please. Don't stop, baby. Oh my God, it's so sweet. Oh. Chioma's hand gripped the railing. Her legs kept moving even though her brain was screaming at her to turn around, to leave, to not see what she already knew she was about to say. Down the hallway, past the family photos on the wall, past the bathroom, to her bedroom, she pushed the door open, and there they were. Chio, her husband of 6 years, naked, on top of someone in their bed, his back wet with sweat, his hands gripping the headboard, moving, the sheets, the ones Chioma had washed and ironed just 3 days ago, twisted around them, half on the bed, half on the floor. The woman beneath him had her legs wrapped around his waist, her head thrown back against the pillows, her eyes closed, her mouth open, her voice coming out in caps. Yes, Chio, yes, harder. And then the door hit the wall with a loud bang. They froze. Chio's head turned quickly, his eyes going wide with shock. His body went stiff. The woman beneath him gasped and tried to pull the sheets up. Her face red, her hair wild across the pillows, her chest moving up and down fast. Lizzie, his personal assistant. The woman who came to their house every Sunday for lunch. The woman who called her sister Chi with a sweet, respectful smile. The woman who sent Chioma messages about how much she valued their relationship. Lizzie, in Chioma's bed, under Chioma's husband, in Chioma's house. For a long, terrible moment, nobody moved. The only sound was their breathing, chills heavy and panic. Lizzie's sharp and shallow, Chioma's barely there at all. Chioma's eyes traveled slowly across the scene. Lizzie's blouse thrown on the floor near the door, her bra hanging off the back of the chair. Chill's pants in a pile at the foot of the bed, his belt still in the loops. The smell in the air, Lizzie's perfume, thick, sweet, the same scent Chioma had been smelling on Chill's shirt for months. The same scent she had convinced herself she was imagining. This wasn't the first time they had done this before. Many times before. They were comfortable here, in her space, in her bed. Chioma's gaze moved back to Lizzie's face, to the way her eyes were wide with fear now, her hand holding the sheet to her chest like it could somehow undo what had just been seen. And then Chioma's voice came out, calm, deadly calm. In my bed? Chill jumped off Lizzie, reaching desperately for his boxers on the floor. Chioma, wait, I can explain. In my bed? Lizzie was searching for her clothes now, her hands shaking so badly she could barely hold the fabric. She wouldn't look at Chioma, couldn't. Chill was standing now, his boxers half on, his face pale, his mouth opening and closing like he was searching for words that didn't exist. Chioma, please, explain what, Chill. Her voice was still calm. Explain why your assistant is naked in my bed? Explain why her perfumes is all over my sheets? Explain why you are inside her in the house I cook in, clean in, sleep in? It's not what you. It's exactly what I think. Chioma turned and walked out. Behind her, she was calling her name, His voice breaking. Lizzie was crying now. Soft broken sobs that followed Chioma down the stairs. She got in her car, started the engine, drove back to her office. Her hands didn't shake. Her face didn't change. 20 minutes later, she walked into the boardroom, set up her laptop, and delivered her presentation like nothing had happened. Her colleagues told her she did well afterward. Excellent work, Chioma. Really well done. Thank you, she said with a polite smile. It was only when she got home that night to the empty house, the bedroom door still open, the sheets still twisted and stained with proof she could never unsee, that she sat down on the cold bathroom floor and cried until there was nothing left inside her. Let's go back. A year before that bedroom, Chioma and Chiu had been married for 6 years. They had a son, Junior, who was 3 years old, a happy, energetic boy who loved football and asking a million questions about everything. Life wasn't perfect, but it was good. Chiu's logistic business was growing. Chioma had a stable job. They had their own house, a beautiful son, plans for the future. That's when Lizzie came into the picture. Chioma had met her at one of Chill's company events. She was young, 24, fresh out of university. Chill had just hired her as his personal assistant to help him manage his growing business. She's very good at her job, Chill had said. Smart, organized. I don't know how I managed without her. Chioma had smiled. That's good. You need someone reliable. Lizzie had been polite, almost shy. She had greeted Chioma with a respectful bow and called her Ma, even though Chioma was only 7 years older. Your husband speaks so highly of you, Lizzie had said. He's always talking about how supportive you are, and your son is so adorable. Chioma had liked her immediately. Over the following months, Lizzie became a regular part of their lives. She came to the house often to drop documents or pick up files Chill had forgotten. She stayed for lunch sometimes. She even played with Junior, bringing him small toys and sweets. You are like family now, Chioma had told her one evening. Lizzie had smiled warmly. You have both been so kind to me. She is like a brother. A brother. That's what she said. The first time Chioma felt uneasy was about 6 months after Lizzie started working for Chill. It was small things. The way Lizzie laughed a little too long at Chill's joke. The way she touched his arm when she talked to him. The way she always seemed to be around. Chioma had mentioned it once, casually, while they were getting ready for bed. Do you think Lizzie is, I don't know, a little too comfortable with you? Chill had laughed. Lizzie? She is just friendly. That's how she is with everyone. I'm not talking about friendly. I'm talking about how she looks at you. Chioma, you are imagining things. Am I? Yes. She had turned to face her, his expression serious. Lizzie is my assistant. That's all. She's professional and she respects you. Don't create problems where there aren't any. Chioma had let it go, but the uneasy feeling stayed. Then came the night she found Lizzie's earring in their bedroom. Small, gold, delicate, lying on the floor near Chill's side of the bed. Chioma had picked it up, stared at it, and felt her chest tighten. She had asked Chill about it immediately. Why is Lizzie's earring in our bedroom? Chill had looked at it and shrugged. How do you even know it has? That could be your earring. It has, Chill. I've seen her wear it before. Besides, I don't have any earring like this. Maybe it fell when she came upstairs to drop some files like last week. Why would she come upstairs to drop files? Your office is downstairs. I don't know, Chioma. His voice was getting irritated now. Maybe I asked her to bring them up. Why are you questioning me over an earring? Because it doesn't make sense. I think you're being paranoid. That word, paranoid. It was the first time he had used it, but it wouldn't be the last. The whisper started after Chioma told her sister what she found. Her sister told her friend told another friend, and soon people were asking questions. Chioma's mother called her one evening. People are saying Chio is having an affair with his assistant. I know, Mama. Is it true? I don't know. He denies it, but I found her earring in her bedroom. Her mother was quiet for a moment. Have you caught them doing anything? No. Then maybe you're wrong. Maybe you're stressing yourself over nothing. Men don't like women who are too suspicious. It pushes them away. Choma had wanted to scream, but instead, she had just said, okay, Mama. When Choma finally spoke publicly about her suspicions, carefully, cautiously, to a few close friends, the response shocked her. You're imagining things. Jill doesn't seem like the type. Lizzie is so respectful. I don't think she would do that. Maybe you're just insecure because she's younger and pretty. Even her best friend, Ada, had hesitated. She, I love you, but are you sure? Because if you accuse him and you're wrong, it's going to damage your marriage. Shoma had left herself shrinking, doubting her own instincts, questioning what she had seen and felt. Maybe she was wrong. Maybe she was paranoid. Maybe she was creating problems where there weren't any. And Lizzie stayed sweet, respectful, helpful. She even sent Shoma a long message one night. Sister Chi, I heard people are saying things about me and Mr. Chill. I just wanted to know I would never disrespect you or your marriage. Mr. Chill is like a brother to me. Nothing more. I'm so sorry people are trying to cause trouble between us. Chioma had read the message 3 times, and for a moment, she had felt guilty for suspecting her. But then she remembered the earring, the touches, the looks, and she had known deep down that something was wrong. She just didn't know how wrong until that afternoon when she walked into her bedroom and found them. After that day, everything moved fast. Jill didn't come home for 3 days. When he finally did, it was to pack more of his things. I'm sorry, he said, not looking at her. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. Like this? Choma's voice was flat. You mean you didn't mean for me to catch you? He didn't answer. How long, Jill? How long has this been going on? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. He sighed. A few months. Choma laughed bitterly. And Lizzie, the woman who called you a brother, the woman who sent me a message swearing she would never disrespect our marriage, the woman who played with our son, she didn't want to hurt you. She was in our bed, Jill. The bed we sleep in the house where our son lives. He had nothing to say to that. Within 6 months, they were officially divorced. She moved into a new apartment. Lizzie apparently moved with him. The worst part wasn't the betrayal. The worst part was the lying. Even after Choma had caught them, literally caught them in bed, people still found ways to make excuses. Well, maybe the marriage was already struggling. Maybe Choma wasn't giving him enough attention. You can't really blame Lizzie. She is young. Jill is the one who was married. And Lizzie posted a video. She sat in front of the camera, her face soft and sad, and spoke directly to the lens. I know there are rumors going around, and I just want to say that I never intended to hurt anyone. I didn't know Chill and his wife were having problems when I started working for him. By the time I realized there were feelings between us, things were already complicated. I'm not a homewrecker. I'm just a woman who fell in love with someone I work with. And I'm sorry if that makes people uncomfortable. Comments were sympathetic. She seems genuine. People are too quick to judge. At least she's being honest now. Chioma had watched the video twice and then blocked Lizzie on every platform. A year later, Chill and Lizzie got married. The wedding photos were everywhere. Lizzie in a white dress, Chill in a nice suit, smiling, happy, publicly declaring their love. Lizzie's caption, God's timing is perfect, forever with my best friend. Chioma saw the photos through a mutual friend who sent them with a message. I'm so sorry, babe. She had stared at the pictures for a long time, at Chill's face, at Lizzie's proud smile, and then she had closed her phone and moved on with her life. Or at least she tried to. But Lizzie didn't move on from Chioma. That was the strange part. Even though Lizzie had won, she had the man, the marriage, the ring. She couldn't seem to let Chioma go. It started small. Lizzie got a tattoo, a delicate bird on her wrist, the exact same design Chioma had gotten 3 years earlier. Same placement, same size. Then Lizzie started wearing her hair the same way Chioma wore hers. Then she started posting photos in outfits that looked strangely similar to things Chioma had worn months before. People noticed. Is it just me? Or is Lizzie copying Chioma? The tattoo thing is weird. She's definitely studying her page. But the most shocking thing happened 2 years into Lizzie and Chill's marriage. Lizzie had a son. Guess what she named him? She named him Junior. The same name as Chioma and Chill's son. Not a variation, not a similar name. The exact same name. Chioma had stared at the birth announcement in disbelief. She named her son after my son. Ada, who was with her when she saw it, had been just as stunned. That's not normal. It's obsession. It's disturbing. But Lizzie posted about it like it was the most natural thing in the world. Welcome to the world, baby Junior. You are so loved. The comments were full of congratulations. Nobody seemed to notice. Or if they did, they didn't say anything. For years, this was the pattern. Lizzie showed off her marriage to Chill, posted photos of them on vacation, at events, in matching outfits, always with captions about love and God's blessings and being grateful. But underneath it all, there was always a shadow of Chioma. The tattoo, the name, the hairstyle, the outfits. It was like Lizzie was trying to become Chioma while also proving she was better than her. Chioma meanwhile stayed quiet. She focused on raising her son, building her career, healing. Chill had tried to see Junior a few times in the early years, but Chioma had refused. You don't get to walk away and then walk back in whenever it's convenient. He's my son too. Then you should have thought about that before you destroyed our family. Eventually, Jill stopped asking. 7 years later, Chioma had been thinking a lot. Her son, Junior, was now 10 years old. A smart, quiet boy who sometimes asked questions about his father. Questions that broke Chioma's heart. Why doesn't daddy come to see me? Does he not love me? Did I do something wrong? And Chioma realized that her anger, justified as it was hurting the one person she was trying to protect. She had made a decision. She had reached out to Chill. The conversation had been awkward at first, stiff, painful, but eventually they found a reading. I want Junior to know his father, Chioma had said. Not for you, not for me, for him. Chill had been grateful, emotional even. Thank you, Chioma. I know I don't deserve this. You don't, but he does. They have started co-parenting, slowly, carefully. Chill will pick up Junior on weekends. They will go to the park, to the movies, to football practice, and somewhere in those months of co-parenting, something shifted. They started talking more, laughing sometimes, remembering the good parts of what they had had before everything fell apart. Chioma wasn't trying to get back with him. She had told herself that 1,000 times. But Chill was different now. Quieter, more thoughtful. He apologized repeatedly, genuinely. I was stupid, Chi. I threw away the best thing I ever had. You did? Is there any way? Any chance? I don't know, Chill. I really don't. But the truth was, part of her did know. Because 6 months after they started co-parenting, Chill had filed for divorce with Lizzie. Yes, the divorce was quiet. No public announcement, no drama. But people noticed when Chill started showing up to junior school's events, sitting next to Chioma, looking like they were a unit again. And then there were the photos. Someone has spotted them at the family restaurant. Chioma and Junior sitting together laughing. Another person saw them at the mall. Then at the wedding, the whispers started. Are they back together? Did Chill leave Lizzie? I heard he divorced her. Chioma didn't confirm or deny anything. She just lived her life. But Lizzie was falling apart. Video started appearing weeks later. Lizzie sitting in front of her phone camera, talking directly to her followers. I just want to clear something up because people keep asking me questions and making assumptions. Her voice was tight, defensive. Chill and I are fine. We are absolutely fine. People love to create drama where there isn't any, but her eyes told a different story. The next video came 3 days later. I also want to say that I met Chill first. Before anyone, I knew him before his marriage was even a topic in my life. So this story that I came in and broke up a home, it's a lie, a complete lie. Nobody had asked her to explain, but she kept explaining. Another video. And for people saying I copied someone, that's ridiculous. I've always had my own style, my own identity. I don't need to copy anyone. I am my own woman. The comments started to turn. Why is she so defensive? Is everything fine? Why does she keep talking about it? This is giving insecure. And then came the video that made everything clear. Lizzie, visibly upset now, her voice shaking. I've never even met Chioma. I don't know her. I've never spoken to her. So all the people trying to compare us or create some kind of rivalry, it's all lies. All of it. But that was the problem. Everyone knew she was lying because there were photos, old photos from years ago. Lizzie at Chioma's birthday dinner, Lizzie at their house for Sunday lunch, Lizzie smiling next to Chioma in group pictures, Lizzie playing with Chioma's son. The internet found them, shared them, compared them to Lizzie's news claims, and suddenly Lizzie looked like exactly what she was. A woman who had lied to get what she wanted. A woman who had manipulated everyone, including herself. A woman who was now watching the life she had built fall apart because the man she had won had gone back to the woman she had replaced. Chioma saw the videos, all of them. Ada sent them to her with a single message. She is losing it. Chioma watched Lizzie's face on the screen, the desperation, the defensiveness, the lies, and she felt nothing. Not anger, not satisfaction, not even pity. Just nothing. Because Lizzie's breakdown wasn't about Chioma anymore. It was about Lizzie finally realizing what Chioma had known all along. You can lie to the world. You can manipulate people. You can copy someone's life down to their tattoos and their son's name. But you can't build a real foundation on betrayal. And when that foundation cracks, everything you built on top of it comes crashing down. Chioma didn't make a video, didn't post anything, didn't say a word publicly. She kept living, co-parenting with Chill, rebuilding trust slowly, carefully. And when people asked, because they always asked, if she and Chill were back together, she just smiled. We are focused on our son. That's all that matters. For more interesting African drama stories, folktales, tales, and stories like this, please do well to like, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, share our stories with your loved one besties. Subscription is free. Please subscribe today. And finally, besties, please turn on your notification button so that when we drop another interesting story, you will be among the first people to see it. And until I come your way again with another interesting banger, for now, bye besties!